gonna show you the strongest, most complimented, longest lasting, most insane nuclear central fragrance ever you could find at the end of the video. But first, number 12 is Parfums de Marly CARLISILE. It has the notes of green apple, saffron, fève de lys tonka. Tonka is bean. In French, they call it fève tonka. It also has vanilla patchouli in it, lasting well over 14 hours. And the scent trail, when you leave the room, it will stay in the room. It's an enormous nuclear scent trail. Every fragrance on this list is 10 hours longer. And I'm going to try to show you some similar scents cheaper, but not for this one. The next fragrance is called Ultra Male. That's lasting good 10 hours, and you can also find 9 p.m. Now, if people have been complaining, if anyone knows anything, this is a 2018 or 19 batch of 9 p.m., which 2 sprays is Ultra Male just fine AFNA 9 p.m. Beautiful fragrance that projects like crazy. Don't spray it more than 3 times. It's insane. Nuclear, like 12 hours, and it just makes you have a headache. It's so strong, the bubble, the scent bubble in it. And some people said that the 2022 version sucked. Comment down below if you know anything of this. Another fragrance, just real quick, it's not bad for the price. It's called Issey Miyake for men intense. It's like 20 bucks. But let's keep the list moving. This fragrance made in 2018, Salvatore Ferragamo Yomo's signature. In 2018 and 19, they were releasing some powerful fragrances. In my experience, this is a great bang for your buck. You got the vanilla, you got the coffee, you got some citruses in there. You got the longevity at 10 hours plus. You got the central, which is enormous. Salvatore Ferragamo knocks off all the ringers. And if you want it to smell like this cheaper, you find Halloween Man X. It's like $10 cheaper, but doesn't give you the same scent trail bubble. It's a lighter scent trail, similar scent with the roasted coffee and whiskey and stuff. There's another fragrance I found. It's called, this is not sponsored, I just found this fragrance. I've got 25 years experience in fragrances and fragrance clones, so I can tell you which suck, which ones I wear, which one's best value for you, and that's what I do on this channel. This fragrance is called Thierry de Santel. Right on the box it says Mandarin Booze. So anyway, when I smell this fragrance, I can tell it's got super high-end notes in it. Thierry de Santel is a brand new release made from the most expensive ingredients. I can tell that too. And it develops, This thing lasts 24 hours. Just wanted to show you that. I have a fragrance called Kilian Angel's Share. Now, how I sprayed this, I bought this as a 3.4 refiller. You can buy these sometimes on their website if you're lucky. $200-300 bucks, because the 1.7 in the pretty whiskey bottle costs like $200-300. I'm not sure. Looks kind of like this. So this one does last well over 10 hours, and 7 sprays got me, I'm gonna say, 7 feet of projection. And even 7 hours later, while walking through a casino, the daughter says, "Hey, you smell so good," and the mother goes, fragrance up. The one that smells like it is this. I don't even know what it's called. It's called LATTAFA Kumara. So this one lasts about 6 hours, but does smell very good and has very decent, well-produced notes and composition. It's one of my favorites from LATTAFA, and I'm not really a big fan of LATTAFA. The next fragrance you can get is called Creed Aventus, but it's now people got rebought. The company got rebought. This is always on people's list as a 10-hour fragrance, and now I still get 10 hours out of it, but I spray like 17 sprays. And this thing called Club de Nuit Intense smells like it only lasts 6 hours. So the fragrance that I'm going to recommend you get to smell like Creed Aventus for 10 hours plus longevity and huge scent trail is called Supremacy Silver Not Only Intense. This one works. Coming up at the end of the video, I'm going to show you this banger right here. Most complimented. I can't even say the words. Lasts so long. Next up we have Tom Ford Tobacco. It easily lasts 12-14 hours. Very strong, like wet tobacco. Very authentic. Very, very expensive. And it does give you the huge scent trail. And if you want to smell like that cheaper, but it doesn't last as long, it doesn't give you the huge scent trail, but it lasts 8 to 9 hours, it's called Tobacco Rush. The next fragrance is called HACIVAT Extrait de Parfum. Easily Smells similar to Creed Aventus and all that vein, you know, with the pineapple and citruses and jasmine notes. And this thing easily lasts 10 hours. It's so delicious, so authentic, so refreshing when you wear it. A little bit pricey, $150. And if you want to smell like that on a budget, this thing lasts just as long and dries down. Similar to this is called And for Imperial London. Highly recommend, a brand new brand. Nobody's talking about it, but guess what? You'll be hearing about it soon. I guarantee you that. The next fragrance that lasts an awesome amount of time, at least 10 hours, is this. It's called Swiss Arabian Shagaf Oud, and I tested it. It lasted 10 hours, and I get a strong notes of oud in here, though it does have some roses in there, and people claim that they smell the rose more. I smell the oud more. And it's very well balanced. For the $25 price tag, I do approve of this fragrance. After being in a fragrance store for more than 25 years and dealing with real fragrances and not counterfeit fragrances, one day I'm going to make you a video and I'm going to tell you the difference between real, counterfeit, and clones. And just like clones, like a designer brand like Mont Blanc Explorer cloned this fragrance, for example. The next fragrance that lasts well over 10 hours is called Amber d'Orient. That's a spicy rose oud fragrance. Hot selling fragrance. Yes. The next fragrance is called Cedrat Boisé. How could you not have a boom nuclear list without this beautiful fragrance? It definitely lasts 10 hours. It definitely gets you compliments. It definitely smells good. I always think of being outside on a barbecue, like in a cool park where there's an ocean and it's grilling pineapple and stuff like that. And then I found this. Use the code PATEK50 for this fragrance called Bordeaux by Patek Maison. Smells very similar to that in the dry down. And then one of the strongest, longest lasting 2019 hidden gem, underappreciated fragrance with cacao, vanilla, patchouli, leather. Bond number 9, New Bond Street. Definitely a masculine fragrance. Definitely lasts 24 hours. And definitely gives you an enormous, huge nuclear central. Why do people not like this? God, it's fucking fire. This one, Code Absolu, another fragrance released in the 2018-2019 zone. It's got the orange note, it's got some vanilla notes here, the notes right here, but the projection is nuclear. The longevity is out of this world. It's a compliment getter. It's all around well-made fragrances. 17 thumbs up. Sauvage Dior Elixir. It's got a pressurized sprayer, just like Dior Sauvage Elixir, but don't like the price. Oh my God, it smells so good. Oh my God, so good. $250 for 3.4, buying a $38 LATTAFA. This is a 12 to 14 hour fragrance. This is a similar scent, cheaper, called LATTAFA Assad. It's a 6 to 8 hour fragrance. Smells very similar to it. Doesn't give you the performance like this. And the best one on the market is